Hey, boys and girls, happy Thursday. It is August the 27th, and you guys have done such a wonderful job this week as we go into our first week of virtual learning and talking about print concepts and letters and words and sentences. So let's jump right in for our review today. On your screen, you're going to see a group of letters, a group of words, and a group of sentences. Please point on your screen to a capital letter. Great job. Now point to a lowercase letter. Fantastic. Now pick a sentence and point to that sentence. Amazing. And lastly, point to a word. Wonderful. So the big idea that I want you guys to have here is we have letters, two different types, capital and lowercase. Those letters come together to make words, and our words come together to form sentences. And I know you guys know that because we discussed it in kindergarten and we have reviewed it all week. So great job. We also talked this week about the title of a book, what an illustration is, who the author is, and who the illustrator is. So, who is the author? The person who writes the story. Great job. And who is the illustrator? That can be a tricky one, but the illustrator is the person who creates the illustrations, which is the pictures in the book. And then the title, can you point to the title on this page? Wonderful. The title is Feelings. We also talked about reading direction this week and where to start reading. You'll notice that one of my arrows points to where I begin reading. Right here, I go left to right across the page. And when I get to the end of a sentence with a period, I'm going to follow that pattern again and go back to the left and across to the right, and then back down to the left and across to the right. We did talk about what happens when I get to the end of a page. I have to flip it over and go to the next page. We reviewed what a front and the back of the book looks like and how it may look online. So if you're reading on Raz Kids, the front of your book may look like this and the back of your book may look like this. It is a little bit easier to know what the front and the back of a book is if you have a book in your hands, but on the computer we still need to know which is the front and which is the back. Remember, the back is going to give you a little bit of information, but not as much as the front. So we have learned lots of good things this week, and now we are going to jump into a book and discuss and search for all those different things we've talked about. So I'm going to flip through this book. You'll notice that I've pulled it up in Raz Kids, and I'm going to ask you to look for certain things. Once you have found what I'm looking for, I want you to give me a thumbs up. On this page, if you know where the title is, point to it. If you pointed right here, give me a thumbs up. As I flip the page, I would like for someone, or everyone, excuse me, to point to the sentence. Where is the sentence? If you pointed to this whole, all the words right here, you are correct. That is one big sentence. How many words are in this sentence? Take a minute and count. If you counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if you counted 6 words, you are correct. This sentence is made up of 6 words. Where is the punctuation on this page? Remember, punctuation is what we use at the end of a sentence or a question. Our punctuation on this page is a period. If you pointed there, good job. On your page, excuse me, point to where you would start reading. You would start reading right here. Very good. And I go in the reading direction from left to right across the page. When I get to the end, I have to go to the next page. It's important, remember, to go in the correct order. So if this is page 5, my next page will be page 6. And it's important to make sure that we are going in the correct order. On this page, Point to the illustration. If you pointed to the picture, way to go. Remember, illustration is just a real fancy word for picture. Back on the cover page, I would like for you to point to where the author is listed. If you pointed here, awesome job. The author is the person who writes the story. So this book says written by and then gives the name. Now point to where the illustrator's name is. Right beside the author normally. Very good job. And it will say illustrated by and then give the illustrator's name. So great job with your review. Now let's talk about your assignment for today, Thursday. Find a book in your house and you're going to complete the scavenger hunt. In your pathway, you will find this slide. On this slide, you are going to do what it says with a book that you have at your house. So with a parent, you're going to go through and read these boxes. This one says point to a period. So in the book that you have, you will find a period. When you find a period, you're going to drag your check mark to that empty line. Then you're going to keep going. Point to a capital letter. You're going to point with your parent to a capital letter in the text. Once you do that, drag a check mark over to the empty line. You will go through this whole chart, and the goal is to have a check mark in every single box. Now, pay close attention as you're doing this scavenger hunt because your test is going to look very similar to this. I hope you guys have a great afternoon. Thank you for watching.